You're listening to the Telltale channel. Don't forget to check me out on all social media: Patreon, Twitter, Teespring, and Etsy. All links can be found in the description or on my website, telltaleatheist.com. So this article I wanted to take a look at is entitled "Judge Rules That Reddit Doesn't Have to Disclose the Real Identity of a User Who Criticized a Jehovah's Witnesses Watchtower Organization on the Forum." This is by dailymail.co.uk. So I've covered this subject before. Basically, a user on the Reddit forum, they started posting stuff to Reddit. And one of the things they posted was an advertisement on the back of the Watchtower. And the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society basically sued Reddit to get the name of the person so that they could disfellowship them. That is a really big deal. I mean, Watchtower Society is actively going after people now. That's extremely concerning. Trying to disfellowship them, remove them from the organization entirely. So let's read this article and see what it has to say here. A U.S. District Court judge in San Francisco upheld a Reddit user's right to privacy. The user, Dark Spilver, had criticized the Jehovah's Witnesses' approach to fundraising through their magazine, The Watchtower. The published filed a DMCA suit and a subpoena to learn Dark Spilver's identity, claiming he had violated their copyright by including screenshots of an issue of The Watchtower. The judge said the posts were commentary and criticism, which is fair use. So here's the article. A U.S. District Court judge in San Francisco has ruled to quash a subpoena issued for the real identity of a Reddit user who had posted critical comments about the Jehovah's Witnesses. The subpoena was originally issued after a lawsuit filed against Reddit poster Dark Spilver over a 2018 post he had made laying out some of his concerns about the Jehovah's Witnesses' teachings and practices. Though the court filings acknowledge the user's gender hasn't been officially entered as evidence, previous filings had referred to Dark Spilver as he. As part of an ongoing exchange with other Reddit users, Dark Spilver posted an image taken from the Watchtower magazine, a Jehovah's Witnesses periodical that's claimed to reach a worldwide readership of 42 million people. I'm a little bit skeptical of that. I think there are only 8.5 million Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm sure they're passing them out to 42 million people, but I seriously doubt that. How do I stop all of these ads? This is insane. The image was captioned, "What gift can we give to Jehovah?" and included a quote from the Bible and a request for donations, something Dark Spilver felt was at odds with his understanding of the group's principles. Okay, so that's basically a summary of the Dark Spilver situation. The end result was Reddit does not have to turn over the name of the Redditor, Dark Spilver. They don't have to turn over Dark Spilver's name. It was a huge win for privacy and civil rights, and a huge lose for the Watchtower Society. Well, they didn't stop there. There is more to this story. So immediately after losing that battle in court, after appealing and everything and losing the appeals, they did it again with somebody else. This time they did it with a YouTuber. So let's look at this article here. This one is by reclaimthenet.org. Again, I'm not familiar with this website, but this story is all over the place. The name of the article is Jehovah's Witnesses Group Attempts to Use DMCA to Unmask YouTuber. The YouTuber was JW Apostate, I think. I had never heard of them before, but guess what? I have now. They deleted their account, though, from my understanding. They deleted their YouTube account after all of this came out because they didn't even want to deal with the lawsuit. They didn't want to be unmasked. So anyway, let's continue with the article here. Jehovah's Witnesses, a U.S. religious group whose inner workings are often hidden under a shroud of secrecy, has been facing challenges in the digital age. It's not uncommon these days for current or former Jehovah's Witnesses to use social media anonymously to reveal their experiences and shed light on the way the organization works. And for the last several years, Jehovah's Witnesses have tried to silence them, claiming copyright infringement, with the end game being to reveal the identity of these insiders in order to protect copyrighted content. But the fear that these whistleblowers have is the real reason behind these attempts at unmasking is to ostracize them from their community, a measure Jehovah's Witnesses take against those violating the group's rules. Let me me just tell you guys why I agree with that assessment. Let me tell you why I agree with the assessment that Jehovah's Witnesses are doing this solely to get names to disfellowship people. Because they can actually file a DMCA against an anonymous person, a John Doe or a Jane Doe. From my understanding, I was watching the guy who brought this to my attention in the first place, Leonard French. He's a lawyer on YouTube. He talks about all of this stuff. From my understanding, you can file a DMCA against an anonymous person, but they paid the extra money and took the extra steps that they didn't have to take specifically to get this person's name. It costs like $75 or something. So, for that reason, I believe Jehovah's Witnesses are doing this specifically to get their names so that they can disfellowship them. If it was just to protect their intellectual property, first of all of these are for the purpose of criticism or parody so far that I've seen. There is no copyright claim here. It's all within fair use as far as I have seen. So that it's completely invalidated in the first place. And second, why are they specifically going after these people's names? Like, they don't even need to do this. This is an extra step that costs more money that they don't have to take. So, anyways, let's continue reading. The holder of copyright content allegedly infringed here belongs to the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, who are Jehovah's Witnesses publishers and supervising body. It might appear counterintuitive for a religious group to work this hard to protect its message, where others would welcome any opportunity to disseminate it. However, there's been a new DMCA subpoena filed by the publisher in New York asking Google to reveal the identity of YouTuber JW Apostate, who operates a channel dedicated to leaking sermons of Jehovah's Witnesses. Leaking is in quotations. Yeah, I wouldn't consider it a leak unless it's trying to be kept private. Jehovah's Witnesses aren't trying to protect this stuff from, being seen by the public. I mean, this is open to the public. Anybody can go in there. So anyway, let's continue reading. Only 5 of the channel's videos were mentioned in the subpoena application, which said the Watchtower analyzed this content in good faith and determined that the videos were, in fact, infringing copyright rather than staying within the bounds of the fair use rule. It specifically says they analyzed this content in good faith because that is part of the law. It has to be based on good intentions, basically. So they put in good faith right there in the court documents, even though that's for the court to decide, not for Jehovah's Witnesses to decide when they file. So them putting that is just kind of trying to put a bias on it. It doesn't really mean anything past that, and it's kind of messed up, honestly. Only 5 of the channel's videos were mentioned in the subpoena application, which said that Watchtower analyzed this content in good faith and determined that the videos were, in fact, infringing copyright rather than staying within the bounds of the fair use rule. It's not by accident that Jehovah's Witnesses made this point, since their recent attempt at unmasked Reddit user Dark Spilver's real-world identity failed when a U.S. court recognized his use of Watchtower material as fair under the DMCA. This time, District Judge Kathy Siebel obliged the subpoena request and ordered Google to produce the identity of entities or persons believed to be infringing on the copyright of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania. Wow, man. A day before the order was signed, Torrent Freak tried reaching out to JW Apostate for comment on Reddit. Very shortly after, the Reddit account, YouTube channel, and all of its videos were deleted, leaving nothing in their wake, said the report. Unfortunately for this person, the data is never truly really erased from the internet. The Jehovah's Witnesses are going to get this person's name and ruin their lives. That's really what this is all about. This is a lose for the apostate movement. I'm very sorry to hear. I hope the person watches my channel and hears what I'm saying here. You know as well as I do and everybody else that there are people out there who are willing to support you and help you and do what they can for you. Just be a part of the community. And you know what? If the Watchtower Society wants your name, fuck them. Give them your name and stand up tall and proud and know that you're doing the right thing. I know that it's going to cost you probably everything in your life, but you will make it through like I did. You will make it through like I did, like Lloyd Evans did, like millions of other people have. You may lose everything, but you will come out the other side alive and can raise your voice in opposition to this organization that wants to silence you. Do not let them silence you. Do not let them silence you. That is what they want. They wanted to see you delete your YouTube channel and your Reddit account and everything else. They want that. Do not let them win. There's private information about me that the Watchtower Society could get their hands on and do the same shit to me. But I decided a long time ago, if they do end up getting my private information, I will stand up and scream that information from the hilltops. I don't give a shit. If they're going to try to ruin my life, I will spread the information before they have an opportunity to take their power away. Take the power that they have over you away. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm thinking about. Take back your life and stop. Don't let them control it. Don't let them use something against you. And good luck. Like I said, I will be here. Lloyd Evans will be here. We will all still be here fighting this battle. Whether you are capable of fighting the battle at the moment or not, we will continue on fighting in your stead.